Okay, your bottom wrestling can change your career. Here's how. Very quick message. If you learn to get off bottom, then that's an escape. Obviously, you can figure out how that can be helpful. Then you say, what percentage of the time do I get off bottom? Within a minute. Okay. Now you're more elite because there's more time to get your takedown that second period or third period if you pick bottom. So then you say 58% of the time I get away within 1 minute, and 10% of the time I follow that escape up with a takedown. Okay, now let's say you get better. So you say, well, 58% of the time I get away within the first minute, and now 45% of the time I get a takedown. So 45% of my matches is a 4-point, let's just call it the second period, because you probably should be picking bottom second period. Your opponent's probably going to defer. I'm not a fan of deferring. So generally speaking, if they get their choice, they're probably going to defer. So, 85-90% of the time you're going to be on bottom in the second period. And if 45% of the matches, 50, 55, 75, I don't know. Just think when you can start to look at that statistic and say, 80% of the time I get away within a minute or less, and 65% of the time I get a takedown. So that means 65% of my matches I get 4 points in the second period. You can start to see how you go from being 17th in the state to top 30 in America, or top 10 in the state to being the state champion, and top 15 in America, just by paying attention to that. And you've heard this before if you've been to our academy and camps, but if not, I love sharing this information. Whether you ever train with us or not, completely up to you. But I always like to share this stuff simply because this is information that I didn't have, and I was like a stressed out wrestler my whole life, trying to figure a lot of things out on my own, and I had great coaching, but we didn't have what we have nowadays, which is this wonderful phone in your hand and this amazing social media, the 8th wonder of the world, and YouTube, and just this ability for people who don't want anything in return, who just want to help and share, because man, I wish I had information like this in the palm of my hand when I was a wrestler. So share this with someone you think could benefit, and I hope you guys have a tremendous success. Get better on bottom.